Unfortunately, we're not going to get a chance to see these two get out in the ring, but I think it would have been a great fight. I think we all would have known that. But unfortunately, with this situation, for Frank Martin to actually duck Stevenson on this particular fight, there's a lot of content coming out. And I think that the boxing world took this very personal and took it very serious because we knew this was going to be a great fight. And it was going to show who was going to be the next big pro boxing coming out the game right now. And unfortunately, this was not a good move for Frank Martin's career at all. Bad move. Whoever gave him this advice was some bad advice. And of course, it'll blow over eventually. But to start out, going to get called out a lot on this particular fight. Really. Anyway, at the bottom point, it says, Top Rank sent the contracts over to Martin's side. The following day was told that he was no longer interested in the fight, sources said. So there you have it. No more content talking about Stevenson Doug and the fact that he has a big fight with Tank or BS. But nonetheless, we did our breakdown. We think it's a pretty good breakdown of how the fight was going to go and to stack up who's going to win, who's not going to win. You guys can check it out. I think it's going to be a really good one. Here we go. Thank you all for the new and old subscribers coming into our page, checking out our work. It takes so much work to put this content together. You guys have no idea, especially doing the research to make sure we stay current. Sometimes with the mailboxes, you never know what contract is going to go which way, which contract is going to go the other way. But nonetheless, we're here for it. We love it. We enjoy it. We just want to say thank you guys for tuning into our channel. We do have a goal to set this year. We're making it so far. Our goal is big, but nonetheless, it's got to get done, and we're definitely going to make it happen. But we're here to talk about these two warriors, Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson. I think this is going to be one great fight. Let's talk about it. Shakur Stevenson's stack record stands at 20 wins, 0 losses, 10 KOs, 113 rounds, 50% knockout ratio power versus Frank Martin, 18 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, 12 KOs, 67% knockout ratio power. This match was ordered by the WBC for the vacated lightweight title of Devin Haney that these two are fighting for on November 16th, 2023. Shakur Stevenson has a pure fight style. He works on his skills to outbox any opponents. His technique is speed, footwork other than flashy moves or power punches. Stevenson is a southpaw who uses a wide stance, which helps him to maintain his distance, which allows him to throw sharp punches. He has a basic style but effective. He knows how to pick apart his opponents. His style emphasizes skillful boxing technique and precision. One thing about Stevenson in this particular fight with Martin likes to crowd up. He's a good crowd fighter. He knows how to get in and out and get those uppercuts and those headshots in and get out real quick. If he really wants to get up under Stevenson's skin, he's going to have to stay crowding Stevenson to the point where Stevenson will get upset, get bothered, and start looking for a way out. And Martin's going to have to get smart enough to come into the ring and shut off his distance because he likes to fight and comfortable at that veteran style of fighting, which is one of the reasons why he wins a lot of fights, because people do not know how to get in and get close and get those body shots and go to the head and get those liver and kidney shots. And once you know how to get that on Stevenson, it's really going to be a problem for him because he does not like to be irritated. He likes to have his ring the way he wants it. He's very demanding inside that ring. He feels this is his turf, this is his territory. He's going to win no matter what. You're not going to hurt me. And that's just the way he feels. And with a fighter like that, you got to come with a better game plan. You have to come with crowding him. You have to come with constantly hitting him in and out, frustrate him. That's the only way you're going to win against Stevenson. Let's talk about Frank. Frank Martin, southpaw as well. Boxer known for his aggressive, explosive style in the ring. He possesses power in both hands, not afraid to engage close quarters exchange. He has displayed good footwork, head movement, allowing him to slip punches and counter effectively, despite his aggressive style. Good defense skills utilizing shoulder rolls, bobbing and weaving to avoid incoming punches. Stamina and conditioner, Frank owns this, which enables him to maintain a high work rate throughout the fight. He often pushes his pace and puts constant pressure on his opponents, wearing them down with relentless attacks. He combines his punching power with good speed, conditioning, overwhelming his opponents and securing the victory in the ring, because he's definitely going to have to stay in Stevenson's face to win this particular bout. Because one thing we do know about Stevenson, he likes to keep that distance. This is where he gets most of his power and gets his targeted punch into the body comes in, because he knows how to use that distance to his advantage. We all do know that Frank Martin comes from Man Down Production, which is ran by Earl Spence Jr., trainer Derek James, who's also training Frank Martin for this particular bout, which to me is going to be kind of interesting, because one thing about Derek, he does not like to watch other boxers or study other boxers due to the fact he feels that it takes away his style of training, which is to me is one style: flat-footed, straightforward, man down drill, constant pressure, which you cannot use that type of style with every fighter, especially with a fighter like Stevenson. He's definitely that distance fighter, and if Frank does not study Stevenson's style of fighting, I think he's going to have a problem with this particular bout, and he may lose, to be honest with you. One thing about Stevenson, he's very proactive in his fights. He's not going to let you hold him down. He's not going to let you choke him up and get to a point where he's going to let your body weigh him down. He's going to pull out. He's going to come strong. He's going to reset and start banging on you again. And that's one thing Frank Martin better not do. But Frank Martin's not a holder either. They're both strong in their fight stance. They do believe in what they do best. So this is why I think this is going to be a good matchup for Stevenson and Martin. They're going to prove who's the better guy to get to the next level of the bigger fights. And I think this right here is going to tell a tale if Stevenson really got that grind and that grit in him. And I think it's going to see if Martin can stand with the big boys. Because one thing about Stevenson, he's a veteran in the ring. He's been doing it for a long time. He's not new to this. The one thing I can appreciate about Stevenson, he speaks what he wants, he gets what he gets. Because he puts in the work, he gets focused, and the job gets done. But the one thing I will say, he's already predicting this fight over Martin. He's talking about already being the next 3-weight world champion. So one thing about Martin, I have to say, if he doesn't come out the bag and start being more animated and speaking his truth to power, he's going to have a hard night. But we know it's not going to take place because the fight has truly been canceled. But to be honest with you, we wasn't sure who was going to win. They're both prime fighters. They're both great at what they do. And their technical skills and Southpaw is incredible. So we wasn't sure who's going to win. We're just going to play it by ear. But nonetheless, thank you guys for checking us out. Please come back and get some more. On that note, boom! And also, who do you guys think who's going to win the bout? Put it in the comments below. On that note, peace.